What's up, guys? So the DCEU is in shambles. As we all know, it's been on a decline for a while now, even with the success of properties like Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Shazam, the Suicide Squad, and the Snyder Cut, which was very hard fought over and really made up for the mess we saw back in 2017. And other than that, it gave hope to not only the Restore the Snyderverse movement, but that maybe if something as crazy as the Snyder Cut could actually come to fruition, then the DCEU might not be doomed after all. Maybe there's hope for the DCEU yet, right?
Wrong-o.
Unfortunately, the DCEU is in the worst shape it's ever been in, and it's because of a plethora of reasons, but if I could synthesize all of that into one word so I could make myself seem smarter than the caveman that I am, and cooler than the loser that I am, and make this video more epic, it would be rushing. Okay, the DCEU is a rushed mess. Why, you ask? Because we have a DCEU where there is 2 Suicide Squad movies, 2 Wonder Woman movies, there will soon be 2 Aquaman movies and 2 Shazam movies, and we've had only 1 Superman movie, the start of this whole universe. And to make matters worse, all of these properties have more movies than the Batman, which has 0. I know Batman is already a pretty damn oversaturated property. We had the Nolan trilogy, but come on, not 1 solo movie for one of the most important characters in your universe. We should have had a solo Batman movie, but to make matters even worse is that one of my favorite characters from DC, the DCEU, and characters in all of fiction, their first live action solo movie is coming out this year finally, and rather than it providing a soft reboot for the universe and a compelling story focused on said character, it has the full weight of the DCEU on its shoulders, and I don't know if it can take all of that pressure, okay?
Liberty, ready?
The initial idea, would be replacing Affleck due to his lack of interest in the role and giving us a continuity that is clean and clear and under control. But instead, we got a pizza-faced mess, and it is being used to add more of that into the DCEU and more bullshit. The movie is supposedly going to be the DCEU's mini crisis, but how in the fuck did you even get to that point? The reason Infinity War or Endgame worked is because the MCU had a plan and built up to all of those huge events. They were consistent and steadfast and not reactionary like the DCU has been to a huge fault. They barely had a foundation, and now it seems like they're going to be straight up erasing it entirely, with the Flash seemingly erasing the Snyderverse, which is like taking the feet from under you. It's like insane. And to add insult to injury, they're planning on switching out Superman and Batman as Trinity members for Supergirl and Batgirl, which is like, what the fuck, okay? This isn't on some misogyny shit, but for real, how the hell do you think this is a logical step, Warner Brothers in DC? I hope the best for Sasha Calle and Leslie Grace, both talented baddies from what I've seen, but legit, to introduce replacements period, but also different character replacements for Justice League / Trinity members is fucking insane, guys. We've barely had anything from these 2 main characters who are the most important in the DC universe. The DCEU basically went from phase 1 to phase 4 and expects us to be okay with that, and to add even more shit and blood onto this shit and blood pile that is this movie universe. They are going all in on the Michael Keaton Batman horseshit. I like Michael Keaton, I actually really do, but it's like, do they think most people care about Michael Keaton being Batman now, like in 2022? Like, we have Battinson, okay, but the Reeves universe isn't connected, sadly, and instead of trying to connect that, you decide to get a 70-year-old Batman to head your barely even started universe. I feel like they think Keaton is like Tobey Maguire when Keaton is more like Hammond, and Bale would most likely be the equivalent to Toby if he came back. It's just not a good move. You're going hard in the paint for a Batman who is even more past his prime than Affleck was at the very start of this cinematic universe. It's just whack as fuck. I know some will say, why don't you wait to watch the movie before you say all this shit? But come on, guys, the writing is on the wall. I'm just a fan that's venting his frustration into the void. If it was up to me, the only thing that could save this universe is bring in Pattinson as the DCU's official Batman, as as much as that would kind of suck because I wouldn't want it to get bogged down by the DCU's mess. I like that it's in its own little section of its own universe, so I'm really glad about that. But it also sucks because we have a geriatric Batman, and you know, I don't really want that. And giving Henry Cavill a job back as Superman for a Man of Steel sequel, but also, hey, give him a trilogy. He's Superman. The motherfucker deserves 6 movies, okay? He's Superman. He's relevant. How Warner Brothers could even fathom that a Superman isn't relevant or needed is beyond me, okay? Like, we've had a Harley Quinn movie, and we have had 0 Batman movies in this universe, and not even a Superman sequel. There's a Peacemaker show. What are we doing? It's not like I don't want those things to exist, but come on. What are these moves? I do not understand them, guys. We need a Superman movie. We need Battinson to fucking carry the DCU for a hot minute. Bring his ass in here, connect it all, mash it all together. Give James Gunn fucking Green Lantern. Get Cyborg back in here. Get Zack Snyder to make Justice League 2 and 3. Have him be like a producer or executive producer and have some type of say on the action and aesthetic of the DCEU. Just like how he had that influence on Wonder Woman, the first Wonder Woman, but Patty Jenkins was still directing that. You felt a lot of Zack Snyder's aesthetic and action in that movie, and that should have followed for the second movie, but unfortunately it didn't. He's the one who started off. Stick to that foundation, build upon the foundation, don't kneecap yourself. That is my advice to you, DC and Warner Brothers. If you want success, listen to the best, and that is not me, but I'm just kind of the rest. So just, you know, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm gonna go jump into the polar bear pit. Really wanted to get my thoughts out about the current state of the DCU and what I think about everything that's going on and what I think could potentially remedy it. It just feels like we continuously have been getting blue balled, you know, like glimpses of epic potential, all sidewinded by studio interference. Hopefully things aren't as bad as I'm making them seem. Let me know your thoughts on the recent DCEU news, and if you're still excited for The Flash and the future of the DCEU. I'd be lying if I said I didn't want to see the Flash movie and the Aquaman sequel, because I really loved Aquaman, the first movie, and I love Flash. Like, that's like one of my favorite DC characters in comics or in fiction, just period. So I want to see these characters do good, and I want them to have good movies. Like, just because I'm more Marvel centric doesn't mean shit. Like, I love DC and I love DC characters and I care about them, and seeing this shit happen to them, honestly, it breaks my heart because, you know, you see that there's potential there, but for whatever reason, so many just horrible decisions are being made, and it's like, just, it hurts the soul. I'm hoping so much that things just get cleared up and they give us some clear continuity, and hoping for the best for Ezra Miller and his Flash movie, and hopefully that besides carrying the DCU, hopefully it can tell a really good and compelling Barry Allen Flash story. Hopefully, I'm crossing my fingers, guys. I just really wanted to get that out there because I know I don't speak a lot about DC, and I really would like to. It's just I'm so caught up with Marvel because, you know, they're kind of winning the race. It's just I wish DC was just more efficient, more of a well-oiled machine. Maybe we'll get there one of these days, hopefully soon. That's it, guys. If you like the video, leave me a thumbs up, comment down below, and if you want to subscribe, I always appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope all of you guys are doing well, and I'll see you in the next one.